So part of the challenge that we have as we come about face and use and utilize alt media as a resource for our information, we also have a challenge bringing people up to speed that alt media is telling a story and narrative that's quite often very different than mainstream. So we have those that say, it's not what I read, it's not what I've been brought up with, and if I thought my government or if I thought people were that corrupt, I would just go out and shoot myself. Or I don't know what I'd do, but I gotta see it to believe it. So part of our challenge as alt media resources is to help people understand that all news is off the internet. All news is off the internet now. Sources, mainstream media, all source their information from the AP wires. That's all in the net. So for those of us that are doing some alt media reporting, it's exceptionally important that we cite our sources. It's exceptionally important that we hold a value or a presentation that allows others to come up to speed. So when we name ourselves, calling ourselves a crude name doesn't help the cause. It just anchors in that fake news and alt media are one and the same. So we have a challenge as we move forward to help people understand that alt media is a real source for information and news. People are coming forward and reporting what they're reading. And those who are asking us, well, where did you hear that? When we tell them where we hear it, then we have to validate that source as well. Whereas with mainstream, many people now go, oh, well, I read it in the New York Times, so it must be real. That's a challenge for us to get past that when you remind them who owns the New York Times or what their agenda is. Then you have a whole nother dialogue. So I ask those of us that are using alt media as a way to disseminate information, bring the truth forward on the levels that people are not used to hearing. Consider how you present, consider trying to cite your sources, consider all of those pieces. So we need to work together to bring those who are on mainstream media to the other side and supplement their news sources with alt media. If we can get them to start asking questions about questioning the mainstream media story, wow, that's not what I heard over here. So how did those two things compare? If we can just get them to start asking questions, and then we're there as a resource when they're ready to go all the way over to alt media and to find the truth. So I'm asking those of us who are reporting to think about that regard, and let's work together to bring more people over to finding that alt media is possibly the truth and nothing but the truth. So I look forward to speaking with many of you.